Before we get into today's video, as some of you may know, the IMNerdpodcast is hosting an Edison tournament on October 28th called the Frozen Soul Cup. There will be a special rule in place that you can only use one of each card in your deck. For example, you would only be able to play one Treeborn Frog or one Elemental Hero Neos Alias or one Blackwing Blues at the Far North. Everything is limited to one. This greatly changes deck building and technical play, but I will let you guys figure that part out. The prize for this tournament is already up to $300 cash for the top cut. If you would like to donate to the prize pool, please reach out to me. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's video. All right, welcome back to the channel. I'm here with my teammate and a fellow god tier duelist, right, Coco. From what I know, I don't know that this guy does many interview type of situations. I don't know if he actually is heard from most of the time from the community, but he is a very, 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 very good duelist. And yeah, I just wanted to have you on to talk about your recent win. I was in Japan at the time of this, but this was Deck Devastators 5. And yeah, so before we get into everything, why don't we just introduce who you are? Why don't you just tell us a little bit about, how you got into Yu-Gi-Oh! And, what brought you to Edison format?
Yeah. So I actually got into Yu-Gi-Oh! At the very beginning, pretty much. Like a lot of us did, I guess, probably. Me and my brother got starter decks and we started playing, learned how to play. And I stopped playing, around like Flaming Eternity. And then I got back in during like Strike and Neos. And I've been either at least dabbling, like playing a little bit. But a lot of my career of Yu-Gi-Oh! Has actually been like selling cards, has been a big part of it.
Right.
But Edison format, I did play it when it was current. Like I did play in 2010, but only mostly on like a local level, because if I went to like regionals or bigger events, I'd be like trading and buying and stuff. So I never actually entered any of those tournaments.
And how old were you when you first got into like the game and stuff in general?
I was 6 when I first started playing, and then I
Oh my
started like
God.
selling the cards when I was like 13.
Okay, so you started selling early.
Yeah. Me and my dad did it together for the first like 6 years. We traveled to all the events and everything.
No, that's fire. Yeah, so I mean, it's always nice to have like a supportive parent or whatever to help you out when it comes to playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Same thing for me. Like when I was younger, my dad used to actually drive me to locals. He wouldn't stay the whole time and watch me play. He would watch like one round and then he would leave because he knew I would get nervous because he was there watching. And then he would just be like, all right, I'm gonna let you do your thing. I know you're here with your friends. You probably want to talk, once, if your dad's there, you're not going to say certain things that you normally would say if it's just you and your friends, you and your boys. But it is nice to just have that foundation. So yeah. So where are you from too? Like what area did you go to?
Charlotte. I've been in Charlotte, North Carolina for my whole life. I've lived here, like literally since I was born, pretty much.
Okay. And how's the Yu-Gi-Oh scene in Charlotte? Would you describe it as? Like, was it really competitive or was it more of a casual thing? Like, did you guys have some heavy hitters down there?
I'd say it was more on the casual side. There was some pretty competitive players, but in comparison to like maybe like Atlanta or like California and stuff like that, like it was way bigger, I would say. I mean, there was a few, like I remember like Jeffrey Daniels, Chase Simpson. Those were some of the people back when I was, growing up and playing. Those were like the people that were like doing well at events, but still not like, not like people that are topping YCSs constantly and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, because the thing is, you're actually what I consider to be one of the best, if not the current best Edison player. You have actually 3 wins under your belt. I don't know if anyone else has this many tournament wins, and you've won 3 different tournaments, and I think with 3 different decks. So up on the screen right now is actually your most recent win. This was September 2nd, 2023. I didn't get to play this tournament. I actually flew to Japan on this exact day. Like at the start of this tournament, I literally was in my seat like, damn, I can't even get Wi-Fi yet because the plane, you have to be like 30,000 feet in the air or whatever before they allow you to actually access the Wi-Fi. So while round 1 was being played, I was like flying to Japan and I was like, man, it would be so fire because the flight was 14 hours. It'd have been so fire if I could have been on the flight already and then got Wi-Fi access to play, because that would have been a perfect thing to do while you're just sitting on a plane for 14 hours. You know what I mean? Like,
oh my God. Yeah, that would have been really cool.
Yeah, like it'd have been perfect to play yeah.
Plane. Yeah, no, that would have really made it go by a lot faster.
Exactly. It would have made it go by so much faster. And I've been talking to my friends on Discord and just like having a good time playing the tournament. So you ended up winning the tournament with this, but then before that, you won at the end of last year with Zombies. And so this was December 13th, 2022. You won with Diva Zombies. And then before that, you won in August 2022 with Vayu Turbo. So you got Vayu Turbo here. You have Diva Zombies. And now you have Blackwings. So you're like a jack of all trades where you can win with multiple different decks. You can top with multiple different decks, which I think is actually a big sign of your skill level. You're not like a one-trick pony. And that's amazing. Like that is actually a really good thing. So the first one was RBET4. And yeah, Vayu Turbo with a DD Crow main deck. I think now like a lot of the lists that I see are a little bit different than this one in terms of like, I don't see people maining DD Crow, but now I see more Chaos Sorcerers being talked about now. People don't play Sangan anymore. There's like a whole lot of differences that I see with Vayu Turbo decks nowadays. But at this tournament, I forget how many people there were. I don't know if it'll tell me, but I remember...
Close to 195, 196, something like that.
Yeah. So you won this. And also on top of that, I know I traveled to North Carolina to play in one of the Big Boy Gaming 2K tournaments, and you ended up winning that as well. So me and my boys drove down from Philly because it's not that far for us. And we're going also for the 5K at the end of the year because that's just going to be insane.
Okay, I'll definitely be there.
Yeah, the 5K is going to be insane. That's like December 8th and 9th or something like that.
Yep.
But you won the Big Boy Gaming 2K this year. This was like really early in the year, like maybe February or March or something like that. But you also won with Vayu Turbo at that tournament. And then, yeah, it looks like you switched to Diva Zombies. So I'm just going to ask you, out of these three decks, right? Like, which one do you like the most? Out of like the three decks that you've won.
Well, my favorite deck in the format would be Vayu overall. That's kind of my thing about Edison. That the reason I like it so much is because of like the diversity. Like I do enjoy like GOAT format, but for me, like if I'm playing GOAT, like it's hard not just to play Chaos Turbo because it just feels like an okay amount better than everything else.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, no, I like Vayu a lot, but also I really, really like Lightsworn a lot. I just enjoy playing it. So those would probably be like my two favorite decks. And then I like hero stuff a lot too. Probably Diva Hero would probably be my favorite hero deck. But yeah, I mean, I just like playing different decks all the time. That's just always been my thing. Even when I was younger, like when I go to locals, you know, and stuff, I'd probably play a different deck almost every single week. Like,
yeah. And you always had a lot of cards, I'm assuming, once you started to like, you know.
Exactly. That was the thing. I didn't have to buy other cards because I had everything, you know, because I was buying and selling constantly. So I pretty much always had every deck.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I can relate to that too, like switching decks often, especially locals. When I first got into Edison last year, I would every single week, I would just change my deck. And then I stumbled on Blackwings and I was like, oh dear God, this deck is so OP. Like it's crazy because Blackwings was the last deck that I tried. Pretty much last year. I played everything before that. And when I finally got the Blackwings and I played it, I was like, oh, this feels way stronger than like everything else I've touched so far. Like my wins, they just felt easy. Like,
yeah,
like they just felt so easy.
The thing for me about Blackwings, like I think a lot of the decks are like somewhat close, but I feel like Blackwings overall has an advantage with like its matchup spread. Like it just like its spread of matchups, like I feel like it's just better than anything else overall.
That's what I think too. I think that it, like you were saying, we have our team chat and everything, Ring of Destruction. And just to talk about like a little bit of that, I'm not going to leak everything, but just like one of the things that we were talking about recently in there was just Blackwings don't really have actually terrible matchup. Like I really don't believe
stuff is I don't think Hero Beat is as bad of a matchup as some people try to act like it is.
That's my opinion too.
Because like the hero deck, like just too often, like it's like, oh, it's super consistent. But like the thing is, like the cards have to flow a certain way for the game to go the way you want it to. But like sometimes you just have 2 Gem Sparks, no alias. Sometimes you have a bunch of aliases and Hero Blasts, and like you just get like, you know, like your cards have to flow a certain way in the hero deck. I feel like for you to actually like do what the deck is supposed to do.
I agree with that 100% because what ends up happening sometimes when you play against it, you know, you'll be put in a situation where you're like, all right, I'm a bottomless this alias. And if he has Gemini Spark, then congrats, you got the Gemini Spark. When they don't have the Gemini Spark and you do that though, it's like really bad for that deck.
Yeah.
And the deck hasn't really been like winning tournaments. It does do well in terms of topping tournaments, but I noticed that Hero Beat will get all the way to the finals or get like the top 4 and then they just get eliminated. Like,
yeah, it hasn't done anything, I'm pretty sure. Like I've just seen it literally. Like maybe a PS5 tournament somewhere, I'm sure, or something like that.
Yeah, but we're not counting all the like fucking PS5 tournament stuff like that. Like
I haven't seen a tournament with like 100+ people or anything that it's won. I don't think.
It hasn't won any of what I call these tournaments. Like the ones you won, these are all what I would consider like the major tournaments, the RBETs, your Pika the Beaks, and Deck Devastators. I think these were like the first 3 online tournaments too, I feel like the main ones. And so these ones get like a lot of entrants. Usually 100 plus people, especially like RBET gets 200 plus people sometimes. Deck Devastators, same thing. Like usually over 150 people for Deck Devastators. So these tournaments are pretty competitive, and a lot of the best players play in them. So winning these is like a big deal. But like, yeah, any deck I've seen fucking every deck win a PS5 tournament at this point. I've seen every deck win like a little 1K somewhere over in like any random state. So I don't really count.
You don't even playing.
Yeah.
Like, you could just be the best player at that tournament by a lot, and you could win with probably anything. You know?
Exactly. Like you didn't have to be playing Diva Hero Beat or whatever. So I feel the same way you feel. Is like the deck is strong. Like Diva Hero Beat is definitely a strong deck. Don't get me wrong. And I think at one point you were playing it for a while, but like it does have its weaknesses. And I don't think that like you said, I don't think the Blackwing matchup is as horrible as people, or I should say, I don't think that Blackwings lose to it as badly as people make it out to be. Like, oh my God, Blackwings cannot beat that deck. Like that's just not true.
Yeah, I'll have to say, I think the Blackwings overall is like definitely the deck I've lost the most matches to in Edison by probably a decent amount. Like even while playing like Hero Beat and stuff, I still would lose to Blackwings like, plenty of times, like.
So I think Blackwings, the reason why I think it's such an unfair deck, and again, even though I think that Blackwings is the best deck overall, and I think you said the same thing in our group chat today.
Yep, I think it is.
We think it's the best deck overall. It's not by like some crazy margin where it's Blackwing format, and that's the good thing is that Edison isn't Blackwing format, but it is still matchup spread wise, side deck wise, and like how easy it is to get some of your wins. Like some of your wins are just going to be, I open whirlwind, and I did nothing else but open whirlwind.
Yeah, that card is like, it's insane that they even printed it, honestly. Like it's to that level of how crazy that card is.
It is. Like games that you open whirlwind are just absolutely free. And I think the other thing that is popping up lately, and I know you've been playing around with it a lot, is Dragon Turbo this year has been like really successful.
Oh yeah, that deck's a lot of fun. I'll definitely say that. It's very degenerate, but I definitely do have a lot of fun playing it.
Yes, and it's harder to play than most people think it is because I know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the lines are like, when you see people play Dragon Turbo against you, you just see them drawing a bunch of cards and you feel like, oh man, like everything is just going well. But there are some games where the deck actually has to duel, and those are where you can see if somebody's actually good with the deck or not, because it can duel too. It can just play.
Yeah, no, it's like a lot of it is just like realizing when you should just like just end your turn and not do anything, or actually like commit cards, because like sometimes like you should just do nothing and just keep waiting. Like the thing about the deck is you just want to like survive as long as you can,
right?
And then like do stuff. But like if you do stuff and you lose your resources and then like they have an advantage, like you're not going to come back.
Right, it has no comeback.
Like cards of consonants and like a rejuve, and then like and you're going to be like, but by the time you re up your hand, you're going to be dead. So.
Yep. No, I definitely agree with that too. It's Dragon Turbo is a deck that is the ultimate glass cannon, right? Like it's definitely a good deck for sure. Like I think that we're at the point where we all accept that Dragon Turbo is a good deck. But I think that it also still has that feeling where when you lose with it, it usually feels like you didn't really do anything wrong necessarily. You just kind of got beat. And then when you when you win with it, it could go either way. It could be, oh, I drew a broken hand and my opponent just couldn't do anything because I just drew too many cards with Super Rejuve and I just have like a +4 or some shit, or I OTK'd them. Or you just like play really well with it. Like I know Ghost Rider's really good with the deck. Hydro Pump obviously is really good with the deck. And I've been seeing you do some stuff with the deck as well that shows that I wouldn't be surprised if you won a tournament with it at this point. Because you do seem to take
it might happen.
You do have a liking to it. So all you need now is to run hot for one day, basically. Like if you just run hot, you could just get it. Like that's all it takes. If you just run hot and play well with that deck, you are guaranteed. Like no one can stop that deck. But yeah, where Edison is right now is so interesting because it's very different from last year. Like we have a couple new decks that weren't really a thing until maybe the end of last year, and I think that's really cool. For example, there's like Diva Hero Beat was a deck that basically came out in 2023. And it was played, it got second at RBET Rulers at the end of last year, but I feel like everything that happened at the end of that year, I'm just going to consider 2023. So like Machina Control came out at the end of last year, basically, and now that deck is like in the format. You also have the Gemini deck that popped up this year, like earlier. I don't know if people are still playing that at all, but I've played against that. It's kind of scary.
It's definitely got very low representation. Like I don't know enough about the deck to say how good or bad it is, but I know that if they get like Ultimate Offer and going and stuff, you just lose. Like yes. So it definitely has that like crazy combo aspect of it for sure.
Yeah, 100%. It I've almost been steamrolled by it before. It's very scary. I put more respect on it now that I've played against it a couple times to realize that it's not a fake deck. Like it absolutely can beat you. if you don't know what's going on, and even if you do sometimes, like you said, when they draw Ultimate Offering or Reinforced Truth on the end phase, it could just get really out of hand.
Yeah, that Gemini Soldier card is like crazy. I think that's the right one, right?
It is that
the
one.
level 2.
Yeah, and I think that's him too. Yeah, he's a 2-star warrior monster that you summon on the end phase, and then like you normal summon him, and then he summons a guy.
That card's nuts.
Yeah, it's broken. It's absolutely unhinged how good that card is. But yeah, I like where Edison is right now. And exciting news! We also today just got the actual Edison form has been added to Dueling Book.
That's huge.
That is actually very huge. So I'm actually going to pull that up right now because that came out of nowhere. Literally at 5 a.m., I got a text message that was like, the text message was just a screenshot. And I was staring at it like, why did I get a screenshot of Dueling Book? It was like a screenshot of this. And I was like, what are you showing me here? And it said like, yo, Edison now has, it's on Dueling Book. Like it has its own format thing, its own section. And at first I thought it was made up because I've seen people make fake versions of Edison format getting a pool and all that. But then come to find out, like it's completely real. And yeah, I'm excited about that. So I know people are going to be grinding like crazy on the leaderboard. I think that there's a way to actually look at that on here. Is it dual records? No,
what are you looking for?
Oh, rankings. Here we go. Here we go. So this is advanced. I want to go to Edison. This is so cool that we have this now. Okay. So our teammate Rodnak is actually number 2 right now. That's crazy. But yeah, these are the rankings already. Day one, people are grinding. I already saw, I think Snack went live today and was grinding a little bit on here. People are going to be playing this a lot. This is going to be huge. This is going to be huge to see. Yeah, Rodnak is killing it. 25 games played. He's won 21 of them. Like he's already off to a great start. I don't know if you started playing this at all.
Yeah, I played 2 matches today, and I did win both of them. Playing Dragon Turbo.
Yeah, you terrorist! You absolute terrorist!
Yeah, for real. I'm over here already torturing the poor souls joining Edison format.
Yeah, you're playing Dragon Turbo at the bottom tier too. Like when you first start, you're playing like whoever's the worst people too. So it's just absolutely unhinged when you're just like, yeah, I'm going to here with Dragon Turbo. I'm just gonna absolutely try to scoop some people up. I'm gonna play a rated game right now. I'm gonna take your deck. I take this one, the one you just won with. And I'm just going to play a game. We can just like backseat duel or whatever. So I think I've never played this. I guess I just do this.
Yep.
All right. We're playing. We are dueling. I'm going to do my good luck.
Yeah, I've had a lot of experience with the ladder for GOAT. I've played, gosh, I don't even know, 1,000 matches on the GOAT format ladder, something crazy like that.
Yeah. Oh, wait. It just drew for me automatically.
Yep. Auto draw. Oh, there's the dust shoot.
Yeah, but it like drew my. Usually you have to draw your 6 card.
Yeah. It's because it's a format where you draw. So since it's like an actual like in GOAT format, it also does that.
Oh, that's fire! Oh my god! Oh my god! I mean, it really doesn't even matter what I banish here. I'm just going to banish Kalut and call it a day.
Wow. Yeah, I mean this is exactly
what we were talking about. Like, how hard do you think I'm going to have to work for this win? Like,
I mean, dust shooter by itself is already like can control a whole game, you know.
Yeah, I'm just going to set this. Would you set Icarus or no?
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think I need to set Icarus yet. I kind of want to see his hand. So I'm just
it definitely depends on if I already have any knowledge of who the player is, what they play, or this is just some random person. So, wow, oh my god, and they open 2 shells. I guess you probably want to take the rocket, right? Like I don't know. You could take quick draw, but what is that even going to do?
Yeah, I could take.
Or you could take Rodius, so you can't allure. Actually, hold on.
Right, we could screw him up real good here.
Yeah, you can't even get new cards at that point. So let's see. Rocket gets the Blaze. Blaze gets rid of Shura, but then you have the Blizzard follow up. But he also can. Well, yeah, no, he can't. He can't make quick draw and summon Rocket.
Right, he can't do both. So if I take away Rocket, he's just going to go into like Drill Warrior, which I don't really think we care about.
I feel like you would take Dragodius so he can't allure, but I don't know. I mean, I think it would be hard to lose this game no matter what you did. I feel like
I want to take Dragodia. I like keeping him. I like making it where his hand is just this because this is not very good.
Yeah, I mean, because at least allure could give him like something.
Yeah, I think this is going to be really. We have Icarus attack too, so like. Yeah, I don't imagine this is going to go well. And they can't even attack when they do that guy, right? Like he can't even.
Yeah, you can't enter battle phase the turn you use Blade Accelerator.
Yeah. On top of all of this, I also just randomly have Blizzard just live from the gate. Like, he's going to pop this, of course. Yep. So I'm guessing, oh, this guy's actually played some. Yep, activate. This is fine. Yep.
And he's going to search, but he literally can't even do anything else.
Yeah.
Unless he wants to blind the.
Oh, that would be unhinged. That would be absolutely. Could you imagine if I held a dust shoot until like he played the lore?
Hey man, I mean, definitely some people definitely hold dust shoot. I'm not personally a fan of that, especially with like again with having no knowledge. But
yeah, I don't think it's necessary to do when your hand is this good. Like I think you just like shove it,
Yeah, it almost doesn't even matter like what you do. I mean, you could like this is just an autopilot win almost pretty much. I mean,
yeah, I agree. So let's see, what do I want to do here? So I want my Icarus attack to still be kind of live.
Let's see how. Oh no, let's see. He had the Blade Accelerator. He can still use it.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to use that no matter what.
I mean, let's see. If you do Goyo and you take the rocket,
right.
like he'd have to burn both of his blades to be able to get. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Goyo is the best thing because Icarus doesn't do anything because he's just gonna kill the card unless you want to set up Vayu, but which I guess is also something.
Yeah, I could set up Vayu, but I'm not like pressed to do that,
I think I would probably go with Goyo, but yeah. I think either one's fine.
Yeah, Goyo's fine.
Because like you're gonna be able to just compulse because he's probably gonna try to make Drill Warrior and then you can just compulse it. Like
yes,
I will say after playing the tournament that I did win, I feel like the card that I wanted to see more was Compulse. So I would definitely heavily consider putting a second Compulse in the deck.
So okay, as far as changes to like your actual list here, you're saying
I would probably take out a D Prison and put in a second Compulse, like without like super thinking about it. But like Compulse is just really good in Blackwings. I feel like.
Yeah, I agree. I've actually used it in a mirror match.
Oh he actually top deck Dandelions, but that still isn't going to do anything.
Yep. This is actually crazy that he did draw the Dandelion, but I just have this broken ass Compulse here. So as soon as the Drill Warrior comes out.
Yeah, because like, I mean, Bottomless and D Prison don't do anything to this, but Compulse does. Because I'd imagine he's going to priority to half it, but maybe he won't. I don't know.
Yeah, I want to see how he plays it.
It looks like he's about to. Because, Drill Warrior is not a cost, right? So, like, if you have to get the fact. Yeah, but it gotta. The card's so irrelevant at this point, I'd be forgetting how it works. Yeah, he's trying to. Nope. You keep your shell. Yeah. Oh my god! See, this is just murder. I mean, to be fair, he's playing a pretty mid deck, but like, how does he even win? Like, he has a shell and a Lure of Darkness.
It's what you said. He has to do the blind. Do it blind. Yep. So now, okay.
Yeah, is he gonna card those shell or just pass?
Can he do this more than once?
Yeah, it's not once per turn.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that was actually funny enough. The first Edison tournament I entered, it was a local, and it was actually with that deck with Quick Draw Volcanic with Rockets. That was the first deck I played with.
I mean, Whirlwind is also not allowed to sit on the field this long. That's the other thing.
Oh yeah, no.
Like this is far too much Whirlwind.
So do you special Gale and make Armed Wing? Like, I mean,
just to kind of like, yeah, you know what? I do kind of like.
Well, yeah, because he's almost dead at that point. Also, like, you go into Armed Wing and do 28 over 28, 19. It's 47, puts him at 19. Like,
yeah, I just kind of want to end the game at this point because it's a forlorn conclusion at this point. Like,
there's like no way. I don't think there's anything you can draw either because like you can just Brio the next turn, like MSTA whatever back row, and then like Brio, like it's.
Yeah, we also know exactly.
I guess I don't know because Heavy doesn't do anything.
What's his hand? We know
it's
just a lure. A lure plus shell.
Best case scenario from him would be to draw a dark and then activate the allure. Well, he's probably gonna have to blind allure anyway because he just knows he's gonna be dead otherwise. So.
Right. So I don't see, and we have the Brio going on now too.
I
So
would just set MST
I'm gonna say both.
personally.
Because he can't, if he draws heavy, he loses. So it's like,
Well, he would be able to blaze. Let's see if he. I don't know.
if he drew heavy, I would MST. Yeah, there's
Oh,
no.
no, not even. What is this? All right.
Shell?
Well, is this him conceding? I don't know what's happening.
I mean, it's essentially the same as conceding. Like once you start setting monsters against Blackwings, you just okay. Here we go. Ball game. Okay. I mean,
sure.
Because I just go Brio and yeah.
GG. All right, let's see side decking options. Yeah,
I'm already on it. It's
like half the side deck, like easily.
I'm already on it, my guy.
Definitely one knock. I don't know if two, but I would definitely put in one.
Oh, you like one knock? Okay. So this seems pretty trash.
Yeah, I mean, you could also put in at least one pulling the rug. He's got Caius, Debris Dragon, and Rocket. And pulling the rug's a bit better if you're going first, but I'd consider. I guess it depends on how many cards you want to side out.
I don't think I need Bookemon against this type of deck. Deep Prison might also be kind of mid too, but I kind of like it with the Dyna because it just protects it.
Yeah, you can get rid of Dust Tornado probably, and maybe even Legacy.
I kind of like these though because he's playing that Blaze Accelerator thing.
Yeah, but then he also just gets it back with another Rocket potentially, but maybe just I don't know. I would probably how many cards do we need to take out? So you could take out a value maybe.
So we have 7 cards to put in, and we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 more cards. So how often do you think that this is
easily does shoot?
Do you think that we need to keep in Legacy against this deck?
I would just take it out because you're not even going first, and they're probably not going to pop it. So
yeah,
and you could. I usually try to side out one Icarus a lot of times because it's like he's going to probably put in Starlight Road, and that's a way to actually lose. So
I might do this then.
I put in one pulling over double knock, but
all right. Yeah. I just feel like when I'm going second, knock is so good going second.
Yeah, but you love to pulling the rug Caius, you love to see that, and he's probably on at least double, but probably triple Caius.
Yeah, he should. I mean, he should be.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, Raikou Hamster Caius is the best part of his deck. So, oh man, there's the whirlwind again.
This hand's not okay. Luckily, he's going first, at least, so he can do some, something. Okay, well.
Oh my god, he doesn't even have bottomless. Or
oh my god, this is how you won the tournament. This is insane. Yeah.
My only 2 losses too throughout the tournament. We're both in Swiss to Blackwing mirror matches.
So, are you going Whirlwind Sirocco here, or I feel like we just
I don't really see any reason not to, because the point that you don't do Sirocco is just kind of half dead. So you might as well. Why not just go ahead and just do a ton of damage? I guess.
I feel so bad, but we're just sending it. We're just full sending it. All right.
Yeah, because whatever this set is, I'm sure it's his engine. It might probably maybe Raikou, Hamster, Dandelion.
I know he's probably just the most annoyed right now, because I would be. All right, well, we don't need to pump, so we're just gonna run it in.
Yeah, you don't want to pump and give him a higher attack gorge token.
All right. Yeah, I want to make sure I declare the attack so he knows that I'm not.
Yeah, he took it off though, which is some kind of thought process to not attack with the 2000. I guess we would have went for it, but
I'm not setting Air Force here just in case he has heavy.
You definitely don't want to be that guy and just take the damage without the attack happening though.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, that you never do that. Especially, you just don't do that because I could perceive you playing Gores, and I might not attack with Sirocco, so you might have saved yourself 2000.
Attack all the time. I see it even in times where I'm I definitely think you should attack, and then they don't attack, and I'm oh, okay.
All right, that's a Cyber Dragon.
To not follow it up with Caius, what are we doing with this Cyber Dragon? It's not too much combo with that card in that deck.
Yeah, Caius would be good here.
Caius would be good. Is he contemplating to banish the Whirlwind or one of the monsters, or what are we? Let's see.
Right, because yeah.
Oh, what is this? This looks like, gosh, she plays Necro. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess this is, we're going for Drill Warrior. I just commit so many cards to it. I just couldn't play this because I'd be so scared of Royal Oppression.
Same.
Like drill, the way it works, where they can just suppression it, and the drill warrior is just like gone forever, is just so neg. Like,
Yeah, I'm not even going to ask damage step. I don't even do shit like that. All right, this is perfect because this is what I wanted. I wanted this in the grave. Once the boar is in the grave, I feel way more comfortable.
is it at least a shell he's discarding? Like, whoa. Oh, boy. Yeah. So now he's literally has one card. One card is all. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got the drill coming back, of course, but
yeah. So I can actually kill him.
Wait, you have game.
Yeah, that's what I just said it. I was like, I can actually kill him. This just gets Brio.
Oh wait, no, he has Necrogard now. He has Necrogard now.
He is fucking Necro. Sure. So
Yes, I mean, you probably maybe you just go like Blizzard, because you could like, what is in his grave again? He's got like nothing to get back with it. Drawer, yeah, no, I guess you probably just make Goyo an attack, right? Like, I mean, you could go Brio and like bounce your own Whirlwind or something.
No, I think that making Goyo is good here because he could get back DD Crow next turn, and then it makes Blizzard awkward. So I kind of like the idea of doing this now.
Oh yeah, no. I was always doing the Blizzard, but yeah, no, there was the other. I wasn't even thinking about the Shura being in our hand, honestly, at the moment, but the Shura could have got.
Okay, so let me just
get the value.
Because he's not letting a Shura attack go through anyway. If I put Shura out there, like I get Kalut in my hand, which is cool, but
no, it's probably better.
You said what?
So this probably is better.
The only reason I think it's better is because he could blatantly just bring back Drill Warrior, get back DD Crow, and then it cuts off the next Blizzard you try to go for, and I don't want to deal with that. So we have
the best here though? Is there like I don't know, because you can force the Necro at least. But like also I don't really like giving him the Cyber Dragon back for another like crappy card to pitch off Drill Warrior. But like if I was gonna go for the Brio play, I'd probably bounce my own Whirlwind.
Yeah, you could go guarantee kill it with.
Yep. And then
yeah, I kind of like that actually. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do the Brio play.
Yeah, because the thing also is like you get to like keep your Whirlwind in your hand, and that way like Heavy doesn't like
actually do anything.
Much. Yeah, so that's also a factor.
This deck is so broken. Like obviously Whirlwind is just insane, but like the fact that it gets to play 2 of it is unhinged. All right, I'm gonna attack here first.
Yeah, I do gotta say, anytime I see a top cut and I don't see Blackwings, I'm happy. I'm just like, man, I hate seeing him win, and then I'm over here winning with it, but it's just, I do always try to switch it up, but you gotta play Blackwing sometimes. It's just too good.
The deck is absolutely broken. It is so. I think that what people don't get is a lot of times when I'm saying that, I just mean how free your wins are. Like you don't Blackwing. Sure, there are games where you definitely have to like duel, but I think that it has the most free games out of every deck in the format. Maybe Dragon Turbo competes, but Dragon Turbo also just loses the most free as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like I feel like almost any level of player could have played these games we're playing right now and won them. Like
I agree.
You'd have to be like almost just like you'd have to be like so terrible to not win these games.
Yeah,
like with
does shoot Whirlwind, sure, game 1 going first. Game 2 go second, cross out Whirlwind Sirocco.
Yeah.
Like what are we like? It's just not even.
Okay. Still went for the Crow.
Yeah, I mean we knew that was
the rest of the cards are just nothing. So it's like
yeah.
Probably shouldn't even have DD Crow in his deck versus this, honestly. But
yeah, I saw Crows out. I learned that very early in Edison that you do not have Crow in against Blackwings specifically.
Well, it just doesn't do enough. Like you're gonna stop their Blizzard, and then they're still +1. Okay, like and then they use the Blizzard Icarus, and then you're like don't even have any cards left. Like
yeah, now he's debating on attacking, which is just crazy.
I feel like he honestly has to because it's like either you attack and it happens and you have a shot, or like if you play conservatively here, you probably just lose.
Yeah, you can't play conservative when you're at 1800 against Blackwings with a Whirlwind in their hand, and they're just like, oh, there's just no way. You throw that shit out the window.
Yeah, I mean, there's a game. Maybe. Probably still doesn't even have a backer to follow because he'd have to have his literally last card. So I don't know what he's thinking about. Obviously, you do that and then attack over Brio.
That was a good draw.
Well, yeah, okay. I don't forget a mill 3, but
Okay.
Let's see. Depends on what we draw here, but.
All right. So.
Kill him. Or wait a minute, you have Gale. No. Yeah, I don't think you can kill him.
Yeah, I don't think I can. Well, let's see what happens. So Whirlwind, sure, effect. So we can also get Bora. I don't know if that changes anything.
Oh, he's at 18. So yeah, no, because the Armed Wing doesn't have effect. So
yeah, we can't beat over the actual Drill Warrior. So I might as well kill the Drill Warrior. Yeah, I might as well get it in half and just like absolutely.
Yeah, no, Gale's definitely the best choice here. It has to be. You have to, because you still get over that way. Yeah, no, this is definitely best. Because, well, hot dang, the only thing that sucks is we don't have another value to get off Shura.
Right. Okay. So I am going to. So if I attack, see, it's Necro Gardener for the Shura attack.
Yep.
Which
and
means,
then Armed Wing for Drill, and then kill Lila and leave him with the 2 tokens.
Yeah, so I think I go Arm Wing attack this first.
Sure, yeah, and
or
hope
do
that
you, or I guess he really wouldn't want me to resolve Shura, I think. So if I attack with Shura first, then this gets over this for all the damage. So yeah, we're gonna
it doesn't really make a difference. I guess the only thing is like you try to attack him with the Armed Wing. It's like a thing where you kind of try to trick him almost, but
yeah. Okay.
He's allowing that. That's interesting. Maybe he thinks the Armed Wing has its effect. Maybe.
There's no way in hell. Maybe you're right, but like in my head, I'm like, there's no way in hell. But we did just like start it like playing.
Yeah, I'm thinking this person's probably not, somebody that has a ton of experience. Like goodness, if you played on the the GOAT format ladder, I mean, man, you'd run through 15 matches where everybody was terrible. Like that definitely happened.
Yeah.
I guess you probably. Let's see. He's got he's got what has he got in his hand? He's got a card, 1 DD Crow. Yeah, and then we don't know the other card.
Yep.
There is. Oh no, we have Crow. So yeah, I was about to say Debris Dragon would actually.
No, he can't. That's what the first thing I was thinking is that he actually has no comeback. So I think we just make Goyo Guardian here and then just call it a day.
Sure.
It's either Goyo or Armor Master, but I think I could just make Goyo. In my head, he can't make a guy that will beat this field. His hand is DD Crow plus 1 random card. He could go Caius, right? Caius target this, and then Caius has to attack in my head. Like it.
It's 1800 life points? Oh, okay. Well.
GG's. Sorry about the hands. They were absurd. Yeah, those hands were just not even, like, they were not real at all. They were just the abs. Oh, wait. Why did he play?
He didn't try to Avarice?
Oh, that's interesting.
Why did he try to Avarice?
Yeah, I'm confused. Like, I mean, he doesn't know, but like, I would have still played it, right? It is, in my opinion, the best deck.
It's interesting because, like, he could have average. Like, how many monsters do you have in grave?
He had
more than 5.
He had a lot of monsters in the grave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Like, if he drew Debris and we didn't have DD Credit, like, he actually had a game. Like, he had a shot. If
right.
He did Debris.
Right. Yeah, his best chance was to have this plus Debris, and he could absolutely, he could absolutely just like come back because we're top decking at that point. But the annoying part is that we could just top deck Blizzard and kill him.
Yep, Blizzard, Miracle Fusion. those are the top decks right there.
All right, so well, that was a nice little exhibition of the absolute madness of Raikoko's first place deck from Deck Devastators 5. I actually saw someone copy your deck card for card at the tournament right after this and top with it. Somebody top with your, like, they literally played this exact deck. They didn't change a single thing. Like, I forget which, it might have been an EWCQ. It might have been, there's a lot of them. So forgive me.
No, that's exactly, it's hard to keep up.
Yeah, forgive me if I don't know exactly which tournament it was, but one of these, I think I have Format Library up. Let me see. One of these tournaments.
The Blackwing decks are like relatively similar, but like that one, that list was working really well. I do really like that list.
Okay. So one of these tours. Is this in order? Let me do Edison. So after you, was it Rome? Maybe. Let me check this. I'm gonna check this. Just see what's in here. Literally card for card. Like they didn't change a single thing.
It could have also maybe topped the RBET, maybe.
It could have been that too. Yeah, it was one of these tournaments. I was just like, oh, this is like card for card Raikoko's deck. Like not even a single card different.
Yeah, I mean, like when I won that tournament with Vayu, I actually played James Ark's deck from the charity tournament, like right before that, because like I didn't have a ton of time for testing and stuff like that, and I just took out 3 upstarts and put in like 3 cards because I just thought upstart was terrible. So I was like, I'm not gonna play upstart, but everything else was like everything else seemed fine. So I just played almost his deck. Like I probably changed like less than 5 cards.
Yeah, this was 180 players, but yeah, upstart. So the jury's still out. People ask me about this still to this day, like how I feel about Upstart Goblin. And I think that it has its place in certain decks. I think that you could absolutely justify it. Like, for example, you know, Dragon Turbo is a Upstart deck. Also, the guy that just got second place at RBET Orlando was playing Upstart in his Blackwing deck, and he got all the way to the finals. So and he was, you know, dark arming and whirlwinding people just slightly more than the other Blackwing players because he played triple Upstart.
That would be one deck I would potentially consider in Blackwings, but like I just feel like it's too easy to do 8,000. I don't want to make it a little like harder to kill them. Like I think it's worth. I don't think the payoff is worth it in my opinion. But I definitely like if there was a deck I'd play it in, Blackwings would be one of the ones I would definitely consider.
Yeah, I can totally see that too because though Blackwings can, you know, take people's life away really quickly, it can also put your opponent in situations where they can't win anyway. Like even though its win condition can be damaged, like just now, I think that we did so much damage really early with the 3,700 turn 1, and then like turn 2, just like more damage to the point where he's at 1,800, has a Necro Guard, and he still is going to die. It's just so much damage. So giving your opponent like an extra 2,000 could be the difference between winning and losing. And I get that, but also just drawing Whirlwind and Dark Armed more often, even if it's only 3% or whatever for, you know, even if it's only 3% more, it's still just a huge deal that you're drawing it more in the mirror match. You're drawing it more against like Frogs and stuff, which Frogs has a hard time with Whirlwind, just like every other deck. Yeah, the deck is broken. The card's broken. I probably do want to try to make a solid a solid Upstart Blackwing list that, you know, has all the ignorant cards. So Oppression and Dust Shoot and Whirlwind and all the other things, and just see how that goes. It could be possible.
Yeah. You know, something that I did ponder at one point, I've never actually put it into like a deck or whatever, but I was thinking like a really turbo Blackwing where you just play like a bunch of jars and like legacies and maybe even Reckless Greed and just see like, you know, like just as many draw cards as possible and just make sure you see Whirlwind, like, and just see how that would go. Like,
yeah, resolve this card, win the game. And even if you don't see it, you're still playing Blackwings. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you would have to cut some like actual real cards at that point though if you're putting in so much draw stuff. So
right.
I don't know. And also like that would be better game 1 than game 2 because like after game 1 they're gonna put in like, you know, Dust Tornadoes, have as many bottomless as possible. Like they're gonna do everything to stop Whirlwind.
Right. Once they realize what you're up to. But I think it definitely could be a deck. Something that maybe we could try as like a meme episode or like a meme content, you know, like Reckless Greed, Blackwing with Jar Greed and Legacy and Upstart. And then
crazy.
And then you just cut down on like, you know, you play triple Icarus attack here, you probably like don't play 3. Double bombs, you just play 1. Like double deepers, just play 1 because you're going to be drawing into these kind of cards more often. So you don't need to play multiples of them, you know?
Yeah, it'd also be really funny to set like double jar Legacy and then the heavy and you're like chain all 3. Jokes on you.
Yeah, you actually go. Yeah, you go plus there and everything. It's just like, yeah, no, that could definitely potentially be a deck. But are you playing in any tournaments coming up besides the 5K, or is that just like the thing you're looking forward to the most right now?
Well, let's see. I have Goat Worlds this weekend, so that's the thing. Yeah, I need to get on testing for that, and then I guess I'm potentially playing in the Highlander tournament the next Saturday that you're hosting. I got to figure out if I'm able to play in that.
Yeah, so let me actually pull that up real quick because the IMNerd podcast is actually hosting the Frozen Soul Cup, which you guys would have heard about at the beginning of this video since I've been kind of doing that. But this tournament is up to $500 cash now, which is absolutely fucking insane.
That's so good because like that's more than like the vast majority of these tournaments have. Like,
Yes, and it's a Highlander format, which means you can only play one of each card. The format is way different than standard Edison. Everything is just like, so I've been playing it. So I've been helping my friends test play it a little bit this past week. And yeah, the games are really interesting. They're hard. Like you have to do a lot of thinking, a lot of graveyard checking. I think every round you have to kind of feel out what your opponent is even playing, like what strategy, what cards they're using. And then games 2 and 3, you got to side deck accordingly. And even that is difficult because you can only side deck one of each card again. So one DD Crow, one Soul Release, like one Nobleman to Cross Out and all that stuff.
yeah, people will be like mixing strategies, and then also like you always got to consider like, okay, well, Mirror Force, Torrential, all those cards. I mean, they're still at 1, but like they're even more powerful because your deck is less powerful. So
yeah, it's going to be interesting. I don't know who's going to win. I hope that one of my teammates wins or one of my friends wins. But if not, I feel like whoever does will be really good because I feel like technical play, from what I've been noticing in the Highlander format, technical play matters a bit more, I would say, because you don't have the crutch of like, I have triple Blizzard, I have double Whirlwind, I have, all of these like insane cards. Like I have triple Substitute, triple Swap Frog, double Treeborn Frog, where if you crow me, okay, you didn't do anything. I just bring back the other Treeborn Frog, and I have triple Caius. So once you lose all of those cards and you don't have those crutches anymore, you have to play like way worse cards. So you have to start diving into like Zaborg and stuff, and Rise if you want to play Monarchs, and then like. The frog engine is super inconsistent. The hero engine is like also pretty inconsistent. Like people think Glad Beast is good, which I still personally don't really care for Glad Beast, but I'm sure that somebody will make a build. I expect at least one Glad Beast player to top.
Yeah, I don't know. Glad Beast is still. I've played with it a little bit. I don't really. I don't know. I don't think it's it, but
me
it's
either.
definitely better than it is in actual Edison. I'll definitely say that. It's definitely better in this.
Correct. Sure. It is better than it is in regular Edison. So if you want to play Glad Beast, this is your one chance to even give it a try, because if you don't get it to work here, it's not going to work in regular Edison. That's just how I feel.
Well, yeah, and the big thing is like Blackwings and Heroes are bad matchups for it, and those decks are, I imagine
everywhere.
Probably not going to be super popular, like Blackwing and Hero, like just pure like hero beat type strategies, and Black, because like one Gemini Spark ain't going to work, one Blizzard, one Kalute, like I don't think that's going to be the move.
Yeah. No, I think that in the Highlander tournament, you won't see as much Blackwing and Hero, of course. But in regular Edison, those are decks that you play. So I think every tournament you play at least 2 Blackwings and at least 2 Hero Beat. I feel like every tournament, that's just like...
Yeah, I definitely always play multiple Blackwings. I've definitely went through tournaments where I haven't played any or very much Hero stuff, but Blackwings is always there. Like actually the zombie deck I specifically built that deck to beat Blackwings. That's why I main decked the double hamsters. And I think I played like 5 Blackwings in that tournament. So like, and the hamsters were doing great.
Yeah, it's broken. It's I love Hamster too as a card. Even though I hate setting monsters, I know I preach about that a lot. Like I fucking hate setting monsters, but
Hamster is one of my favorite cards in the format. Actually,
yes, it is. The feeling of your opponent attacking into your hamster, especially when they didn't even kill it. The dopamine,
oh yeah,
the
they'll
dopamine
summon, like,
rush.
Predator zombie to attack, hoping it's Raikou, and then it's hamster, and it's like, oh, sorry,
you just win. That is game by itself. Like I think the game ends right there. So yeah, format is really fun now. So yeah, October 28th. Will be Frozen Soul Cup, Highlander tournament, $500 in cash. Also, the prize could keep going up because as more donations come in, I just add them to the prize pool. So it's a chance that by the time we get to October 28th, which is actually still 11 days from now, so almost 2 weeks from now, there's a chance that by the time we get to that point, the prize will actually be higher. But even if it's just at $500, I feel like that is still insane because I always give away at least 50% to first place. So at this tournament, first place is getting a minimum right now of $250 cash. No bullshit. I'll send it to your PayPal, your Cash App, your Venmo, your Zelle, whatever. Guarantee at least $250 cash going to first place. And then the rest of the top cut will divvy it up depending on how many people there are. So if we do top 8, then if it's like enough people to do a top 8 playoffs, then we'll do that. And if it's only like enough for top 4, then we'll just do top 4 get prizing and that's it. I expect that there will be more than enough people to do a top 8 though. So
yeah, definitely.
But yeah, first place, $250 cash right now, and that could be higher by the time we actually get to October 28th. So I can't wait. I think this is a really fitting tournament too, because like Frozen Soul looks creepy as hell, and this is Halloween month, so it's kind of cool that this all came together at the same time, and that was unintentional. Like I'm not even kidding, it was completely unintentional. Also, shout out to Jazz, who makes Retrobot and like does all of the programming and coding and stuff like that for it. Shout out to him because he did a program where he made it where Highlander is its own format now. So the bot will recognize that we're playing in the Frozen Soul format. Like we're playing in a Highlander format, and it will check your deck list and make sure that like you don't have two of anything, even though I think that if you enter this tournament with more than one of a card, like you're just booted, right? Like you're an idiot for one, and you're just booted out the tournament. But the bot should reject any deck that is not one of each card. So I'm pretty sure that he did everything that needs to be done for that. So shout out to him. And yeah, we're gonna have a good time. I'm gonna be streaming that day. I will not be playing. I'm not trying to win the money back or anything like that. I will just be streaming. As of right now, I think I want to have the tournament be double elimination. And yeah, we'll go from there. Things could change in terms of like double elimination or Swiss. I still haven't decided yet. I kind of want to go based on like the number of players. If it's kind of like a small turnout, then double elimination just to let things go smoothly. But if it's kind of big, then I feel like Swiss is just more. I personally like Swiss. Personally,
Yeah.
which is my thing.
Definitely Swiss. I'm always a bigger fan of Swiss for sure.
So we'll see. But I do think for the sake of the finals, it will be so sick to see a finals that's like a double limb one, because if it resets and like there's all these situations that are going to come up that never come up in any other format. So I'm excited.
The double elimination is probably just worse when there's so many people. I just know in the RBETs, like when the one that I won, I remember like because I was new to like those type of tournaments, and like I think I went like 6-0 day one, and then like there was still like I don't even know like 3+ hours of other people playing, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm not one of these people that still has to keep playing for another 3+ hours. Like,
yeah, so double elimination, it has its perks and it also has some of the downsides to it. One of them being if you win fast, you could end up waiting 2 hours or more for your opponent to get to you. And this hasn't happened to me before. It's also happened to Stango, where like we were further in the bracket than our next opponent, like way further. So then you're just sitting there waiting for actual hours for your next opponent to catch up to you, and it's awful.
Yeah.
So that is annoying. So I'm still, if it's like you said, small turnout, that's not usually an issue. But big turnout, it's somebody's going to get fucked with the whole like I'm waiting for over an hour for my next opponent.
Only done double elimination with large numbers of people, so I've never had done a tournament where there wasn't a lot of people with double elimination.
So we'll see, guys. But yeah, registration is going to open up on October 27th, so the day before, just like every other online tournament does. We're going to open registration a day before, and then it'll stay open for a full 24 hours. That way, you have enough time to resubmit your deck and make changes and all of, whatever people want to do to get their deck ready. This tournament is going to be difficult, but I think that it's going to be very worth it, and it's going to really show off people's skill level when it comes to technical play, because you got one of everything, so you got to make the best of every single card you draw, no matter what. And your deck building is going to matter a lot because there's no meta for this format yet. No one has broke the format. There's no Blackwing deck to copy. There's no Hero deck to copy. There's no Dragon Turbo deck to copy. You have to build your deck and just hope that what you built is actually good enough to beat the competition. So yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be really fun. But thank you, Raikoko, Ryan, for stopping by the IMNerdpodcast channel. And,
absolutely.
And I definitely want to have you back on for another video at some point. I've had Hydro on multiple times. I've had Cameron on multiple times. So yeah, it would definitely be fun to just get you on to do more of this type of thing. I enjoy just playing DB people and talking and discussing the game and all that. And you seem to be really good at it too. So
yeah. No, I'd love to come back on. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. All right, guys, I'm going to end it here and we will catch you in the next one. Peace.